What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another reaction video. We got the best safety in the NFL just completely vanished. Let's check this out.
And at one point was the highest paid safety in NFL history. He was the number 6 overall pick in the 2017 NFL draft, and he set NFL records at the safety position and dominated in the early years of his
bro had like
career.
21 and a half sacks his first 4 years in the league.
Has simply just vanished.
As a safety, that's crazy.
So what exactly happened to Jamal Adams? How did he go from an elite safety in the NFL to somebody people may not even remember anymore? And to really understand what happened, we need to go back to his early days of his NFL journey. My name is Cash, and before we dive more into that, I'd appreciate it if you took 5 seconds to subscribe, help support the channel. We're trying to hit 15K by the end of the year. Make sure you like the video, help us grow, and in return, you'll get quality, daily, consistent NFL content all over your feed. So make sure to like the video, subscribe, support the channel, and let's see what happened to Jamal Adams. In 2016, Jamal Adams was arguably the best safety and one of the best players in college football. His final season at LSU, he recorded 76 tackles, 1 sack, and a forced fumble with an interceptions and 7 tackles for a loss. Adams was an All-American honors and started all 3 years he was at LSU and was a huge impact on LSU's defense. He was regarded as a leader and someone who could always make plays on the defensive side of the ball. All of these aspects of Jamal Adams' game led the Jets to drafting him with the 6th overall pick ahead of guys like Marshawn Lattimore, Malik Hooker, and Marlon Humphrey. Going into his rookie season in 2017, there was very high expectations for Jamal Adams as the number 6 overall pick, and his first year in the NFL, he did not disappoint. Jamal Adams had a great rookie season, recording 79 tackles, 2 sacks, and 6 pass deflections with 1 fumble, and he was a candidate for Defensive Rookie of the Year, but ultimately Adams fell short of this accomplishment because Marshawn Lattimore, the Saints cornerback, won Defensive Rookie of the Year that year, because, well, he was just that guy. I had to flex that a little bit as a Saints fan. The success, though, did not stop in year 1 for Jamal Adams. He had his breakout season in 2018, having an even better second season in the NFL, recording 112 tackles, 3.5 sacks, with 12 pass deflections, only 1 interception, but 3 fumbles. Jamal Adams
next year,
also
he had
got
like what,
award
6.5,
season,
then 9.5 after that.
Curtis Martin Team MVP award.
That's where the term blitz boy came from, bro. They loved blitzing that nigga.
On the Jets. He also earned his first Pro Bowl selection and an AFC Defensive MVP in the Pro Bowl, and he also earned a second-team APL Pro honors in his second NFL season. A stellar second season for Jamal Adams after a really good rookie year, and in year 3 the success continued for Jamal Adams. In 2019, he recorded 74 tackles with 6.5 sacks and 7 pass deflections, with 1 interception and 2 forced fumbles. Statistically, Jamal Adams had a drop-off in his stats compared to his second season, but he still received his first ever first-team All-Pro, establishing himself as one of the best safeties in the league. He earned himself another Pro Bowl selection, his second in a row, and he earned yet another Curtis Martin Team MVP for the Jets. I think it's fair to say after 3 seasons in the NFL, to start his career, Jamal Adams had really established himself as one of the best safeties in the NFL. If not the best safety in the league. And when I say this guy was really freaking good, I mean he was really freaking good. His first 3 years with the Jets were so good that I, a Saints fan, got a Jets Jamal Adams jersey. This guy was really freaking good during his time with the Jets.
That's going to be an elite pull one day.
I don't think that can be understated how good he really was and why he was one of the best safeties in the NFL. However, though, going into year 4, there started to become some brewing tensions between Jamal Adams and the Jets front office. There was multiple reasons for this tension between the two sides.
Whole situation.
The first being the contract situation. Jamal Adams was looking to get paid what he was worth at the time, and he deserved it. But after no movement or really productivity from the Jets front office or their side of things in contract negotiations and talks, Jamal Adams sought out a trade and asked permission to request a trade. The Jets, of course, immediately would not want to trade away their star player and their team MVP and really the best player on their team at the time for 2 straight years. And despite the development of this trade request,
that's one thing I don't understand too. Like, you want your player to stay on the team. You don't want to trade him away, but you don't want to pay him in the same process. Like, bro, make it make sense. Pick one or the other. Do you want him to stay on the team or do you want to trade him away? If you want him to stay on the team, then pay him. If not, trade him away. That's the thing that these organizations be getting fucked up nowadays, bro. Like, You want to keep the person on the team, you know what I'm saying, but you don't want to pay him. That's something that they gotta
The Jets
fix
still
nowadays, bro.
continue to pick up his fifth
Real
year
spill.
option, meaning that they are
I
planning
don't
on
be
having him
understanding
on the
that
team.
whatsoever.
But the tension between both sides wasn't just about money, and it wasn't just about the contract. It really went deeper than that. Jamal Adams was upset with the direction of the team after spending 3 losing seasons in a row with the Jets to start off his NFL career. He went 5-11, 4-12, and
Damn.
7-9 to start off his career, not really seeing much
Oh my
of
gosh,
victories
bro.
or winning games in his NFL career. This led Jamal Adams to put both head coach Adam Gase and general manager Joe Douglas on blast. Jamal Adams did an interview during this time, and he really stated the reason why he requested a trade is because he doesn't trust their head coach Adam Gase as a leader. He said,
I don't blame
feel
him,
like
bro.
he's
Hey,
the
would
right
you
leader
would
for
you trust a head coach that looked like this 24/7? You know what I'm saying? Like that nigga, he had in so much behind them eyes, bro.
this organization
Real
to
spill.
reach the promised land, the Super Bowl?
That nigga
As a
Adam
leader,
Gase,
what
boy.
really bothers me is
That's
that he doesn't
terrifying.
have a
I ain't gonna
relationship
lie.
with everybody in the building. At the end of the day, he doesn't address the team. If there's a problem in the locker room, he lets another coach address the team. If we're playing shitty and we're losing, he doesn't address the entire team as a group at halftime. He'll walk out of the locker room and
A
let
lot
another
of like
coach
some
handle
coaches
it.
don't deserve
So
to be
Jamal
head
Adams
coaches,
was
bro.
really fed up
You know what I'm
and
saying?
annoyed with the fact that the Jets had a really bad head coach who just did not seem like it to be a leader of men, didn't know what he was doing. Jamal Adams really wanted to win, and on top of the frustrations with the contract situation, all of this really started to cause a lot of tension between the two sides with Adams and the Jets organization. But head coach Adam Gase was not the only person Jamal Adams also called out. He also put general manager Joe Douglas on blast. The article continues by saying the 24-year-old Jamal Adams had an issue with how Douglas handled the contract situation. After saying he'd look to extend Jamal Adams, the general manager deflected at every turn, according to the safety. Adams particularly took offense to the notion that the team's brass wanted to monitor him to see if he was all in with the Jets organization and their culture, and I'm assuming their head coach Adam Gase at the time. For an All-Pro who's been a leader on and off the field, the idea that he had more to prove was offensive. He said it was very insulting. You know, I bust my ass off for that organization every day. I work my ass off. For them to say to me, I was like, okay, well, that was a little bit too far. And Jamal Adams just continued to go, saying, why would Joe come out and say, we want to make Jamal a Jet for life? Why would you say that and not even give me an offer? Don't BS me. I'm a straightforward guy.
Bro.
You don't have to BS me because
I was just
I'm
talking about it.
Honest. So there was a lot of brewing issues and growing tensions between Jamal Adams and the Jets organization for multiple reasons. The contract situation, the money, the losing head coach, the losing seasons, and also some comments from the general manager. All of this ultimately led to the Jets trading away Jamal Adams to the Seattle Seahawks, and in return, the Jets actually got quite a bit of a good trade package. The full trade details include the Jets trading away Jamal Adams and a 4th-round pick in 2022 to the Seattle Seahawks, and in return, they got Bradley McDougall, the safety, a 1st-round pick in 2021.
What did they get with that 1st-round pick?
2021, and a 1st-round pick in 2022.
Both
so
of
we
those
got
first-round
2
picks.
first-round picks, a 3rd-round pick, and a safety in return for Jamal Adams. So the Jets got quite a bit of a haul here. With his first season with the Seattle Seahawks, Jamal Adams got quite a bit of
First round 2021. One of these is Sauce and one of these is Garrett Wilson.
a haul here.
I ain't gonna
With
lie,
his
bro.
first season with the Seattle Seahawks, Jamal Adams was
Seattle
quite
got
productive,
robbed
recording
with that
81
one. I ain't
tackles,
gonna lie.
9.5 sacks with 3
Sheesh.
pass deflections and 1 fumble, continuing his dominance on the football field. Those 9.5 sacks he had in 2020 set a record for the most sacks by a defensive back in a single season.
Don't worry,
history.
Kyle Hamilton gonna
And
break
he only
that this
did it
year.
in 12 games. He missed some games
Already
due to a
seen.
shoulder injury. So he missed time and still set a record for the most sacks by a defensive back in NFL history. Kind of playing a little bit more of a linebacker role, but still an impressive stat nonetheless. In his first season with the Seahawks, Jamal Adams went to his 3rd straight Pro Bowl and made yet another second-team All-Pro, continuing his success from what he had in New York with the Jets. And on top of that, he made the playoffs for the first time in his career in 2020 as a Seattle Seahawk, having a winning record for the first time, which seemed to be very important for him, which is why he wanted to be out of the New York
When you
Jets
play for the
coaching
Jets your whole
organization.
career,
After this season with the Seahawks,
all you want to
Jamal
do
Adams
is try
signed
and
a
win.
massive contract extension with the Seattle Seahawks, making him the highest paid safety in the NFL history at the time, which he earned through his first 3 seasons of the NFL and his 4th season being with the Seattle Seahawks. The terms of the contract included Jamal Adams and the Seahawks agreeing to a 4-year deal worth $70 million with $38 million guaranteed. After a season where he broke a record for the most sacks by a defensive back in NFL history, he had earned this to this point. Jamal Adams was paid. He was on a winning team. Things seemed to be where they needed to be for him at this point in his career. But things started to go downhill from here for the safety. In 2021, we saw a dip in production after he signed his contract with the Seahawks. After totaling 9.5 sacks the year before, Jamal Adams had 0 in 2021. And although he did have
I don't think he's had a single sack since that season, too, by the way.
2 interceptions during
That
his
is
2021
insane.
season, while having 78 tackles and 5 pass deflections. This is the first time he did not make the Pro Bowl
I think
or
bro on
an
the
All-Pro
Lions
since
now,
his
if I'm not
rookie year in
mistaken.
2017. Not only was there a dip in production for Jamal Adams, but he would miss the end of the season due to some injuries and his season would be cut short. Details from the injury include Adams tearing his labrum, suffering additional significant shoulder damage in Sunday's win. This injury required season-ending surgery to repair it all, and it was the same shoulder injury which kept him out in the 2020 season for a few games as well. So Jamal Adams' 2021 season was cut short. Despite the dip in production for Jamal Adams in his second season with the Seahawks, head coach Pete Carroll was still pleased with his season and his production with the team through his first 2 years on the Seahawks, calling him a great addition and a great get for the team and a player who helped transfer their defense during those 2 seasons. But little did they know, from this point on, things just started to continue to go downhill, and this was really the beginning of the end for Jamal Adams. In the first game of the 2022 season versus the Denver Broncos on Monday Night Football, after missing the end of the 2021 season due to injury, Jamal Adams was set to make his return, and he did make his return, playing for the Seahawks in this game. But unfortunately for Adams, he would suffer yet another injury, and this one was yet again season-ending. Details of the injury include Jamal Adams having season-ending surgery to repair a torn
so I'm guessing
quad tendon,
injuries the reason
which he
why bro
suffered
fell
against
off.
the Broncos in the season opener, which is just super unfortunate after he missed the end of the 2021 season as well. A really bad turn of events for Jamal Adams, who is looking to get back on the field to help his team win some football games. And then fast forward a year later in a Week 4 game versus the New York Giants, it was Jamal Adams' first game back from injury. Now this was pretty significant that Jamal Adams was playing because it was reported that he was in a cast on his leg for 20 weeks. He considered retirement because he wasn't even sure if he was going to be able to return from this torn quad injury that he suffered versus the Denver Broncos. He was back a little over a year from when the injury occurred in a Week 4 game on primetime football versus the New York Giants. During this game, though, it was only 9 snaps before Jamal Adams
I
would suffer
remember
yet
this.
another
I remember
injury.
this.
This time it would be a concussion, causing him to leave the game
I ain't gonna
early.
lie, I
And
was
in the midst
heated,
of dealing with
nigga.
this injury and having to leave early in his first game back in 385 days, 9 snaps in, Jamal Adams had to leave, but he didn't go without leaving a scene. He got into an altercation with an independent concussion doctor appointed by the NFL and NFLPA. They got into a heated altercation. Here he is yelling at whoever it is. He was probably just frustrated because he wanted to play.
Yeah, I mean, that's understandable, bro. Like, the nigga ain't played in over a year. You know what I'm saying? So, I get why he's heated. But at the same time, the doctor trying to help you, gang. You know what I'm saying? But, like, it's an understandable crash out. You feel me? Especially because he's,
had just been closed yet again.
just coming back from off of 385 days and shit like that.
Considered disciplining the Seahawks safety Jamal Adams for his actions toward the independent concussion doctor. He was just doing what he was supposed to do, doing his job protecting the players. And Jamal Adams, his fierce competitiveness, got the betterment of him. But just a few days later, with more information, the NFL, after reviewing the incident and seeing that Jamal Adams apologized to the NFL doctor, they decided not to discipline the Seahawks safety for his actions towards the independent concussion doctor, who is appointed by the NFL for the NFL player safety.
If they would have disciplined him, bro, that would have been the softest shit ever.
Into just a rotten moment that a lot of people remember in a negative way. And on top of all of this, Jamal Adams would have Twitter altercations with a beat reporter for his poor play, making fun of
I remember seeing these
reporter's
tweets.
wife. Yeah, people go low, he goes lower.
Hey, bro, nah, bro, I remember seeing this shit. He was talking crazy. Oh my gosh, bro. Like that nigga
when he
Jamal
has
Adams was
professional light on
on
him,
one,
and this was
man.
just another bad look for Jamal Adams. And it wasn't just off the field. On the field, he had one of his worst seasons yet. In 2023, he recorded 42 tackles, 2 pass deflections, and only played 9 games as he was recovering from that quad injury. And on top of that, he was also dealing with
It
a
seemed
knee
like
injury
bro just could
throughout the
never stay
entire
healthy,
season.
man.
Due to the lack of production, the injuries, the salary cap number, the money, and off-the-field problems, the Seahawks would end up releasing Jamal Adams in the offseason of 2024. As a free agent after being released by the Seahawks, Jamal Adams signed with the Titans on a 1-year deal to improve their safety room, but this
That
did
was,
not go
bro.
well, and he
Out of all teams, going to the team that where legends go to die, bro. We've seen so many legendary players go to the Titans and then just, just retire after that year or something like that. You had Andre Johnson, you had Julio Jones, Adrian Peterson. Who else? I mean, D Hop, he got out of that. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot more that I can't think of right now, but bro, Titans is kind of where superstars go to die, bro.
was later
You know what I'm
released by the
saying?
Titans due to his own request. He would then sign with the Lions on the practice squad, played in a few games for them, but then was later released by the Lions. The 2024
Well,
season
damn.
was the lowest of the lows for Jamal Adams. He only played in 5 games and had 7 tackles. And now as a free agent, Jamal Adams, who knows if he's going to end up playing in the NFL yet again.
He might end up
He said
retiring.
he would gladly love to go back and play for the New York Jets, which I take as he's desperate to just make it back in the NFL. I don't know if teams are reaching out. I don't know if his career
I mean,
is
Jets
done.
can
I don't
need
know if
they
he's
can use
retiring.
all the
The
help they
former
can
All-Pro
need, bro.
safety is still
You know what I'm
29
saying?
years old, turning 30 in October. But it's just sad to see that one of the best safeties in the NFL just completely vanished. So revisiting that 2020 trade between the Jets and the Seahawks obviously got Jamal Adams, but with that 4th round pick they got from the Jets, they
Kobe
ended up
Bryant.
drafting cornerback
They got a
Kobe Bryant.
dog.
And the 2 first-round picks and the 3rd-round pick the Jets received from the Seahawks, and in this trade resulted in Elijah Vera Tucker, the guard, and wide receiver Garrett Wilson.
Also, it wasn't
Not to
okay.
jump
So it
to
wasn't Sauce.
conclusions, but
Okay.
I think you could
I know
say
one of them was
that
Garrett
the
for
New York
sure.
Jets possibly and might have actually won this trade. In the end, though, Jamal Adams fall off, and the reason why he vanished from one of the best safeties in the NFL to just someone who people may not even remember anymore was simply just due to bad luck with the injuries, lack of production, and a very fast decline. His availability was not there, and you could even say the off-the-field drama between reporters and NFL doctors. I appreciate it if you made it this far in the video, and if you enjoy daily
That was a
NFL
good-ass
content
video.
like this, make sure to subscribe, like the video, help support the channel, and in return, I'm going to work my ass off to make sure you get really good content
Tight
on your
shit,
feed
tight
daily.
shit.
I appreciate you, and I'll catch you next time. Have a good one.
I bet. Hey man, shit. I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Y'all let me know what other NFL videos I'm to react to. Without further ado, I'm out.
I'ma make them feel me, make them people when they chow me. And if you don't know me, I'ma make sure that you know me. I hate to say it, but I really think I'm broke. But I know I'm chosen, I really know I'm chosen. I know I'm chosen. I was just lost a year ago, but now I'm focused. When good at sports, this microphone can be my trophy. Not taking drugs, I found a better way of coping.